Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Formula Costco season number 6. We begin the second half of the season here tonight with race 9, and for the first time in Formula Costco history, we are at Imola for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. I am Normie on Xbox with you as always, once again joined by BB and Potato.
Yeah, excited for this one. Historic racetrack, 15 turns, and the first time in Formula Costco, so we'll see. Be a pretty good one here. One DRS zone, pretty long straight other than that. A lot of turns, and oh, somebody going in the grass already. Logan.
Yep. Getting acquainted to the new track by breaking down
Yeah.
some of the signs already. But yeah, should be interesting race tonight. I think a lot of guys have put in more practice than they would usually for this one because we've never raced here before. And really, I think turn 1's going to be Calamity Corner, not even just on the initial start, but also with the DRS. That's really the only spot you're going to be able to effectively get overtakes done, so have to see how that plays into it. But here we go. Logan gonna be the first one. His teammate Castron as well.
Yeah, a lot of talk over what different lap times mean. Drivers this week coming into this race talking about what the times mean, what's a good time, what's a bad time, but really that could not matter, as a lot of it's just what's your pace in the race.
On board now with Logan as he goes through sector number 2. And I think another corner to watch is the one that Logan just went through, the two sharp right-handers in sector 2. Because it's really easy to get that corner wrong by going too deep. There's not a lot of margin for error right there. As Cole will set the first lap.
Yeah,
Stay on board with Logan here.
That and that bus stop afterwards are going to be the main issue spots for not only just racing, but also penalties and course penalties there.
1:16.3 is the bar set by Logan now. As Banjo will come to the line on intermediates. Just behind him is the Alpine of McKinnon. That's the Alpine of Aaron, excuse me. As Skinny will set a lap on intermediates as well. Two new faces here tonight. One face that we've seen before, SP back for his first start of the season, and making his debut tonight is LRS in the Kick Sauber. Have to be watching to see how he does. Add him into the rookie mix of drivers. As we watch Snowy here go through the final corners. And he will go to third with a 1:17.81. And looks like Aaron has had a problem. He's off in sector 2. Right at that corner we were talking about a minute ago. The two back-to-back right-handers. Someone I'm watching tonight just taking the green here. Alabama Outlaw. Been strong in the last few races. And his lap times in practice were looking pretty sporty. Gonna go on board with him for a lap here. But he is definitely on my list of people to keep an eye on for a potential surprising good run, even though it wouldn't be that surprising.
Yeah, I think his run at Qatar really solidified himself in that main group, battling for maybe a podium spot when the top guys aren't racing or have an issue.
Speaking of top guys not racing, you notice there are no Red Bulls in this lobby right now. DeMeo is trying to join but having connection issues. And Rowdy will be missing, I believe, his third straight race with work issues. Josh also not here, neither is NASCAR fan for the third straight week. As here comes Bama, looks like he's going to go to P1 by a big margin, 1:15.07 for the RB. McKinnon in Sector 2 looks like he is backed out of this lap. We have a lot of guys on outlaps now. Look at all this traffic in Sector 1. This cash run flies by the Sauber of LRS, and I believe that's Nick. Yes, it is. Aaron going again here, coming through to finish his second timed lap, first real flying one here, and he will go to third with a 1:16.57. 11 minutes to go, 7 drivers on the board so far with time. Sean, who just joined the lobby, is on the lap. Cheesy as well. Cole now out just behind his teammate on softs after setting an intermediate lap before, and there is DeMeo able to get in, thankfully. And Cheesy had a major issue in Sector 1. Oh, DeMeo just left. No. So he will have to back out and go again. Here is LRS, his first qualifying lap in Formula Costco. And, oh, Cheesy gets a 5-place grid penalty for, I guess, blocking his teammate. Not sure how that works, but LRS backed out of his lap, it looks like, as he lets Nick go by.
Maybe this will mean Cheesy will get better penalty luck in the race, but
yeah, I hope so. Sean jumped to P4 with a 1:16.81, and while we have some time here, Potato, I want to ask you, I know I just talked about someone who I'm keeping my eye on as a kind of a long shot podium member, Bama. I mean, I can think of another one if needed, but I want to know what you think. Who's your kind of long shot for a podium as Casher goes to P2? McKinnon now jumps to P2.
yeah, I think. I mean, do you count Banjo as a underdog for that? Because he's always up there. He's always in battling for the top 5. I think eventually he's gonna have something go his way and get a podium in a race where you have somebody like DeMeo who isn't racing, or Rowdy, not in the event. So I think look out for him. Obviously there's gonna be battles between I think him, Joey, Bama now, all for that spot.
I like it.
And
also, if McKinnon and Castron are able to hang on to those great qualifying runs they have right now, maybe they potentially can challenge for one.
I think we'll see qualifying times more in the 1:14 range, though, as we get the second run in.
Cole is now on his first soft tire run, about to go to the end of his lap right here.
We're gonna get 4 straight for McLaren for a pole.
Yep, Cheesy just in front of him is going to the line, and he will go into the 114s with a 1:14.86. Cole behind him takes it away, just barely. Look at the time difference between the two teammates there. 17 1,000, 19 1,000ths of a second, I should say. Very close. Nick here will go to a 1:18.04, and LRS behind him. Let's see what he can do. He will go to 1:17.94. Slurp on his first lap is in Sector 2, just went wide in that double right-hander.
This Slurp's in just one of those positions. It's really frustrating, even in races where you don't have other guys that would usually compete for wins. Just that tick behind Cole on speed, but kind of flipped the script at Jeddah. So
not now, though. Takes P1 away by just about 0.3 of a second. Slurp, last week's winner, got his second win of the season in the incredible finish we had in Jeddah, where Slurp, Cole, and DeMeo were 3 wide coming to the start-finish line. And Slurp made a little bit of contact with Cole in the last corner, and it moved him to first and Cole down to third, which tightened up the championship battle to just 7 points between those two. And if DeMeo is unable to get into the lobby tonight, it'll truly mean that it's a two-car battle for the championship, because DeMeo is already a little bit back, and missing another race would kind of do him in as JB goes to P7. Times at the top are pretty close. First through 8th is all within a second and a half of each other. As Joey, the last one to not have a time on the board yet, is now on an out lap coming to take the green. See just how fast they're going into turn 1. 203 miles an hour for Joey. Oh, he's in the grass. Has to save it. He's in the gravel.
And that's that lap in the bin. Not going to get anything there.
So Joey will have to go again. Logan on a lap, and he just majorly cut the course. Looks like he is already done with his lap. Yeah, he's going through, trying to get to back to the pits as quickly as he can. Just over 5 minutes to go. Castron looks like he is starting his second flyer. LRS and SP both back out, as are Aaron and Sean now. As Snowdy continues on his old soft tires, I think just getting some practice laps in. I do not hate that decision at all, especially with it being a new track, as Castron going wide there through the Sector 2 right-hander.
I think you're right there. That's going to be a really big trouble spot. People cutting that to the inside, going wide in that first section.
This might be a sloppier race than we've seen, and we just came off of Jeddah where we had a couple of major incidents. Bamo wrecking out from P2 last week, as here comes Castron looking like a great lap. Second place for the Mercedes of Castron. How about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, we also had worries before the Australia. Oh, he'll park it after that. He's good. But we also had worries going into the Australia race because of the amount of rookies, and to start a new season, we had so many people, and it ended out pretty good. So I think we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, definitely unfamiliar territory for a lot of these guys.
And that's why I kind of think that we might see sort of not a different group up front, but maybe some guys like Castron can insert themselves into the battle up there. Here comes Joey off the last corner. What kind of time can he put down? 1:15.05 will put him into P5. Aaron and Sean both on laps, as are LRS and Nick. Nick just went through the gravel, so it looks like he's going to have to try again.
Well, you were talking about earlier how if DeMeo doesn't get in, how it would hurt him in the driver's standings, but also it could really hurt Red Bull and constructors. I mean, not getting
Sean with a big wreck.
Sean
Sorry.
goes off. But not getting any Red Bulls into the points, the race, let alone the points, is really going to hurt them with McLaren and constructors. As Ferrari could even
100%.
get a chance at maybe stealing a back second.
Red Bull 3 points behind McLaren in the Constructors' Championship coming into this race. And looks like they're not going to get any drivers in the race. So we'll have to see how the Ferrari duo does tonight of Slurp and then Nick, who is filling in for NASCAR Fan. As now we have all but 2 drivers out on the track. As we have 2 minutes to go. And talking about the Drivers' Championship, Cole has a 7-point lead on Slurp and DeMeo 35 back. So missing this race would, like I said, essentially make it a 2-horse race between Cole and Slurp. as the track is now very busy as we get to the last minutes of qualifying here in Imola. I believe we have Skinny on a lap now, as LRS and Nick have both retired. Oh, DeMayo's in! He was able. Oh, he got in on his second account. How about that? His main wasn't working, and he got in on his second account. I would not have thought of that. Props to him. So it looks like we will have a Red Bull here after all, but I don't think he's going to be able to get a lap in time. Yeah, we'll just have a minute to go. Joey just coming out of the pits. There's no chance he gets back in time, I believe.
Stinks for Cheesy here. Fourth in the qualifying right now, but he has a 5-place grid penalty. He'll have to
Yeah, for sure.
go back. Oh, Skinny got into 5th.
Yeah, how about that? Very nice lap from the Haas of Skinny, looking for his first points of the season.
Yeah, Chan got
We
Haas.
have an Alpine coming around the last corner. McKinnon, see what he can do. He is improving. McKinnon to P1! Oh my goodness!
Wow.
8/10 of improvement, a 1:14.20 as there goes Cole to the top, then Banjo to the top. Provisional pole switches 3 times in a matter of 5 seconds or so. And now Slurp, who was on pole, is now down to P4 as he is on his final lap of the session. Cheesy going for improvement. He is 3/10 down on his lap. How about that? Bama also on a lap. I hope he's actually off and he's retired. Logan coming to the line. Can he improve on a 1:15.8? He can by about a 1/10 of a second. Now it's just down to Slurp as Cheesy jumped him for P4. Now here comes Slurp off the final corner. Can he take provisional pole back? He's half a second up. And to the line, it's going to be a 1:13.85. Put Slurp back on pole. And I believe that's going to do it. Wow, how about that? Provisional pole switches around a handful of times. And after it all, Slurp, the only driver to get into the 113s, will hold on to it. Slurp, last week's winner, will be your pole sitter.
As I was saying there, Skinny, it'll still end up being 6th for him, I believe, because of Cheesy's grid penalty. So
Yeah, Cheesy will start 10th.
yeah, so it's a lot of improvement for Haas there. You saw Chan last week give Haas their first points by a mile. It was a really good finish. Now Skinny trying to repeat
Yeah, top
that.
5 for Chan. Fortunately, not able to be here tonight. Alright, so one last look at the grid. Cheesy with the grid penalty will start P10 as we mentioned, but qualifying order, Slurp on pole by 2/10 over Banjo, who will be on the front row for the second week in a row. Cole will be P3. McKinnon 4th, great run for him. Cashner will start 5th. Skinny P6, Joey, Bama, JB, then Cheesy. Logan, Aaron, Sean Snowy, LRS, Nick DeMeo will be your grid here for Imola. Have to be watching DeMeo try to come up from the back of the grid.
I think this race suits him well. Very unfamiliar for a lot of
too.
these guys. I think a veteran racer, he's gonna really be helped here.
Just got to be careful. Like we said, there are a bunch of calamity corners on this track where you could easily get damage from contact.
And it could
You
not
have to
even be yeah, it could not even be your fault. It could be completely somebody else checking up in front of you and out of your control.
Lap 1 should be very sporty. And we will get ready to watch it as these guys figure out their strategies. And we get ready to rumble. All right, here we go. Slurp and the Ferrari going to lead them away with Banjo alongside him. 5 lights are on. They are out and away we go. First ever Formula Costco race here in Imola. We are underway. Slurp with a fantastic start. Colgan going to be side by side with Banjo for P2. There goes everybody through. 3 wide back there for 8th or so as they go into turn number 1. Oh, some wing damage for, I believe that was one of the RB drivers. Everyone else away clean. Castro with a good start. Jumps McKinnon for P4. There you see Cheesy battling with Bama for 8th. Cheesy with a good start up two positions.
Oh! Skinny.
Skinny. Oh no, Skinny in the grass.
Fun right in front of those guys.
And LRS is around
goes.
as well.
A
Not
weird
a good debut
I think it was an
so
overcorrect
far for him.
for Skinny. He was right in front of Cheesy that battle. He got away from it, and then I think hit the curb, overcorrected, spun left.
DeMeo with a great Sector 1, gained 5 positions there. JB down 5.
Oh!
Skinny, as we mentioned. Oh no! Someone else is in the grass. Snowy is.
Snowy hit that part in that chicane. That second part hit it, overcorrected out of there. Man, everybody's
Yeah, that
going
was
wide.
Very struggle for lap 1. Rough start for Skinny, who we mentioned qualified very well. Started P6, now down in 15th.
It's almost
Slurp
like,
leads lap 1.
you know, these guys, not only do they not know as familiar with the racetrack, is another issue with that. If they have an issue, they're not going to be able to anticipate it as well as they...
McKinnon and Castron make contact for battling for 4th. As Skinny, unfortunately, has to come in and pit as well to fix damage. There's a big battle going on for 4th right now. McKinnon is under pressure from a lot of guys. Joey right behind him, as well as Cheesy, then Bama. And oh, to the inside now, Joey gonna take that spot away as McKinnon went wide. Remember, only the 1 DRS zone down the very long front stretch. So gonna have to make a lot of moves based on pure pace, unless you want to wait to get the move done there.
I mean, I just love
DeMeo
watching.
making up another position, up to 11th now, passing Sean. DeMeo 6 spots gained in the first 2 laps.
I just love watching every race JB wheel his car around more than anybody else. He just like, he just runs it loose, I guess. It's fun to watch.
LRS and SP side by side out of the final corner as Joey now goes by Castron on the front straightaway up to P4 for Joey. 3 spots in the first 2 laps. Now he's going to have some work to do to close back in on the top 3 who have gapped themselves from the field by about 2 seconds. "32 laps here at Imola tonight. And we'll take a look at the tires. The entire grid on mediums, with the exception of JB because, of course, who is on the hards. So it does not look like there's much split strategy. McKinnon and Castro continue to go at it. Alpine trying to look for a move around him. Should get DRS right here. As the first time penalty of the race is handed out to Nick, who is all the way down to P15 already. McKinney with a good run, going to have the DRS now, as well as Joey sets the fastest lap as he tries to close in on those top 3. As to the outside goes McKinnon. Still going to be... Oh, there's contact between the two. Still going to be side by side going into turn 1. And oh, that was close. Castron and McKinnon make a little bit more contact. That allows Cheesy to go through now for 6th. Castron will fall to 7th after starting 5th, now under pressure from Bama and Logan, his teammate. Then you have DeMeo in 10th, who got past Aaron a minute ago. Caution Sector 1, the Sauber of LRS is around. He's not had a very smooth start to his Formula Costco career.
This is a deceivingly narrow racetrack.
Whoa, Slurp just had a big moment off the final corner.
That's going to allow Cole to close in.
Sideways. Yep, here comes Cole. Big run, going to use the ERS and the DRS to the outside for the lead, and into turn 1 he clears them. New leader for the first time tonight. Cole takes it away. Slurp with a good run, though. Thought about a move to the inside, but that would have probably been disastrous. Top 3 still gone from Joey, who is now 2 seconds back, as he was before. And with that 1 DRS zone, it's going to be pretty hard to make overtakes, which tells me that drivers could get a little bit over-aggressive and make some moves that they wouldn't normally make. LRS just spun again in Sector 1.
Yeah, and at the end of that DRS zone on that front straightaway, it is, I mean, or actually, yeah, it is, it's just a really tough corner to go two-line in. I don't think you really want to go side-by-side through there, because you can easily jump both
especially when you're
cars.
going 200 miles an hour in that corner. Watching Bama, who we talked about during qualifying, as one to potentially watch for a podium, still running where he started in P8. Not able to make many moves, as speaking of moves, Slurp retakes the lead from Cole. Banjo still with them.
Another really deceiving part about that DRS zone is it widens up. It is the widest part of the racetrack on that front straightaway. Then it narrows into just about 2.5 lanes going into that corner. It's going to mess with people. You never want to, if you see two cars side by side, you have DRS, it looks like you have room, but that's going to close up. So,
a very good point there. Mentioned DeMeo had gotten into P10, but ever since he has gotten here, he has not been able to make any ground up on Logan. Logan actually been faster than him here the last couple of laps. DeMeo now 3.3 seconds back, with JB just over a second behind him, who is trying to recover from the lap 1 incident. Aaron with him as well, started 12th, still 12th. Battle for 5th. Here comes Cheesy going to the outside of McKinnon here into this left-hander. And he will take it away. Nice move there from Cheesy. And he will actually get DRS as well because he was behind at the detection point, so Cheesy started P10 and now he is back to where he qualified before the grid penalty.
And just gets
now
swallowed
here
up.
comes Castron, then Bama, so McKinnon loses 3 spots in 1 straightaway right there. Joey's still losing ground to the top 3. It looks like there's not going to be much of a battle up front, barring some strategy or a safety car.
DeMeo up into a point position right now in 10th. But he has nobody near him.
He cut a little bit of time off of that gap to Logan, but still about 3 seconds back. McKinnon and Bama were side-by-side into the chicane, but Bama able to hold him off right there. McKinnon was on the outside going into it. Cheesy on now closing on Joey. Cheesy showing great pace here in this race in the first handful of laps.
Yeah, it stings that grid penalty is new leader. Again.
Yep, Cole takes it back. Third time these guys have swapped the lead. Banjo just kind of hanging out in third right there, but there you see, I mean, just off the battery alone, you can see how the pace difference is as Bama and Castron battle for P6. Oh, this is going to be tight side by side. Bama wisely backs out of it. As Snowy comes into the pits. But as I was mentioning with Banjo, he is 20% battery while both Cole and Slurp are in the high 60s. Just trying to keep up with him even with the DRS is having trouble doing that. He just lost DRS actually. Like we mentioned before, DRS doesn't matter as much because of only the one zone. So it's really important to have the pure pace. As I believe Banjo is going to be out of DRS right here. No, he is not. Just barely gets into it. As Bam and Castrix said, oh, Castrix going around! He somehow saves it. Oh, and there's more contact in front of him, and there goes McKinnon into the grass. I believe he hit the wall. He did.
How did that happen? I was looking at what happened behind him.
Yeah, same here. I'm not sure.
Maybe just got loose off the rumble strip, off the corners. In contact.
There goes Castron back by for 8th.
Oh, you can see the turning is gone for McKinnon.
Yeah, gonna be a struggle for him. Here comes DeMeo by for P9. And McKinnon, who qualified 4th, now down to 10th. Oh, and Castron almost loses in front of him again. And DeMeo, having to take avoiding action, will take 8th away. DeMeo just got gifted some free spots there. Probably not very sad about that. The gap from 3rd to 4th now 5 seconds. Cheesy 2 seconds behind. Joey Bama 1.3 behind him. And you have Logan, who has had a very steady race so far. Gained 4 positions. Started 11th and now P7. Logan finished P7 last week in Jeddah. Looking for some more points. As now McKinnon with that damage is going to come in here on lap number 10. New front wing and some, I believe, hard tires for the Alpine. That'll move JB up to 10th.
And while DRS isn't nearly as big of a factor here, just one zone, it is really important for Banjo here. He can afford to use all this battery because he can make all of it and more back up on the guys behind him in that DRS zone because of just how long it is and how much he can gain from it over a guy like Joey who has nothing to gain for in that section.
Yellow Sector 1, I believe that is for McKinnon. Yes, it was. He's still going. Looks like no harm, no foul. As LRS and Nick are battling once again. This is for P16. Oh, they're both in the gravel. Slurp continues to lead. Cole with the big run decides not to make the move into turn number 1. And as you were talking about, Banjo just able to stick with them as here goes Bama for 5th on Cheesy. A lot of these guys, Joey, Bama, Cheesy, DeMeo, have shown great pace as DeMeo passes Logan back for 7th. I would be interested to see what happens if they do get a shot at the lead, but I don't see it happening unless we get a safety car.
It looked like JB was going to possibly have a chance of getting in this battle here, but he's struggled the past lap or so. He's now out of it. He's probably just going to be staying here in 10th at the moment.
Banjo now doing a better job at sticking with the top 2, and judging off of what we saw at the end of the race last week and what we've seen plenty of times before, Banjo just needs to be there within touching distance, and he will have a shot at the win.
And I think he was really hard on himself last week because of the opportunity that was there, but I think he needs to more focus on... Oh, as JB gets a penalty. He needs to more focus on you know, how impressive it is he got there. He was up with them the entire race. I think it's unfortunate DeMeo caught up to him, but I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. DeMeo is one of the best in the business, and that's why. So, trying to replicate this here. Gonna redeem it with the podium. He's all over the place trying to pass Bama. He'll lose ground to him.
Mayo trying to gain on these guys. Actually, gotten by Castron right there. Castron. Actually, no, he was already by Castron. My apologies. There you see DeMeo 1.5 back now of Cheesy.
That's odd. I mean, SP got a penalty there for letting the leaders by.
Did he?
He just gotta throw another 3 second as he was slowing down on the excess part of the racetrack, letting the leaders by. I guess they're just gonna give you that even if you're going slow.
Oh, Joey in the ground. Oh no, that's a lap car. Sorry. Cole gonna make the move this time for the lead. As Cheesy is coming into the pits. Lap 13, DeMeo and Castron both follow him in. So first pit stops for strategy we are seeing here. Cheesy onto the hards, Castron doing the same, as does the Red Bull of DeMeo. So 5th, 6th, 7th all decide, okay, it's time.
And if you're Banjo, you
pit stop.
just gotta pit with the leaders here. Stay in ground with them, that's the biggest thing.
Yep, almost 8 seconds out of P4. As DeMeo, Castron, Cheesy rejoin 9th, 10th, and 11th, just ahead of Sean. That'll move Bama up to 5th. He's 3 seconds behind Joey. Now we'll have to wait and see when the leaders decide to come. Here comes Slurpin. Banjo gonna follow him. Cole stays out. I do not believe Cole saw them pit because they were behind him, obviously. Slurp and Banjo both to hards as Joey, Bama, and others continue on. Slurp comes out just ahead of Banjo.
Yeah, Banjo I think had a good entry there. Going in better on the brakes, but Slurp's gonna obviously come out a few car lengths ahead of him. This is a big
You
lap.
see the battery difference for the two. Slurp has 95, Banjo 30.
Yeah, and
Cole's still the leader.
I really think after last week, I know completely different racetrack, but saving your battery, like, I think Cole is the best at doing that. It didn't mean much. He still got, what, 3rd there? So,
Yep.
I mean, as long as it's manageable, as we got something going on up here.
Yeah, LRS and Nick, I believe, are letting everybody by. As Cole is in. 4 hard tires, Joey follows him. Bama in as well. And now we'll have to see where they blend out compared to Slurp and Banjo. As they both pass Aaron.
Bad time for Banjo to catch that lap car of Aaron.
Yeah. There's Cole on pit exit. There goes Slurp by. And Slurp will take the lead away, just barely. And that will separate the top 3 a little bit as Logan gets a time penalty. JB, your new leader. As Slurp 9 tenths ahead of Cole. Banjo about a second back of Cole. And yeah, catching Aaron really hindered the Williams there. could potentially put him out of the race for the win. As Slurp tried to push away, he has more battery than Cole does. And an 8/10 gap to try to break before they get to the DRS zone, and there goes another time penalty for JB. As he and Logan are going to battle for the lead just ahead of Slurp right here. Slurp actually going to get some DRS, I believe, right here, which could help him out
watch
immensely.
out here.
He tries to pull away as, oh my goodness, JB goes wide. There goes Slurp by Logan. Slurp actually did not get DRS as Logan pits. And it's Logan's speeds. Oh my goodness, he was running very well. Logan was P7 a minute ago. And now got the quarter cutting penalty and a speeding penalty, and he has a wing change as well. Tough break. Cole's still there with Slurp. 8/10 back. Banjo 2.5 behind them. As JB and Aaron continue on. McKinnon is in as well.
Watch this here. DeMeo, 1.5 behind Joey. I think this will be the main thing here. Can he catch up to him, try to get 6th place from him?
The undercut for DeMeo worked well. He's ahead of Cheesy now. And just out of DRS range of Joey.
And this could also pull Cheesy into that battle with Joey if he follows DeMeo right to him.
Yeah, Cheesy still with DeMeo there, just about 4/10 back.
Oh, and yep, cut that corner there.
Cheesy, just as we're talking about it, 3-second penalty for the McLaren. Yellow sector 3, that's SP who is around. Safety car's out! Oh boy.
Oh, really?
For a one-car spin and Nick gets going. His entire wig is gone, but he was still going, and Aaron and Joey, jackpot for the top 5 on back.
That's like
as
a circuit.
Aaron, who had not pitted, is now going to get a free pit stop. Joey comes back in, LRS speeds. Cheesy, DeMeo, Castro were all able to get in. The top five were not able to. How
like
about that for Aaron? That's a huge break for him. He's going to restart here, I believe, P4, if all these guys pit, maybe even higher.
That was like a circuit mid-2000s Nextel Cup officiating safety car there for a debris caution. That's interesting, but this completely changes everything.
We talked about the need for one for some things to change up front, and now we got just that. And a very interesting turn of events because Joey, DeMeo, Cheesy, Castron, Logan had all just pitted for new hards. Now they switch and go back to new mediums. Aaron put on hards because he had not pitted yet. So he's going to be at a little bit of a deficit, but I mean, he'll take the safety car, I'm sure. As Logan, Skinny, Snowy, McKinnon are all in again. As Slurp and Cole are going to both come in.
Oh,
Banjo stays out. So Banjo will be the leader here. Interesting. JB comes in, jackpot for him, as well as we mentioned. Cole and Slurp gonna do the same thing and go back to mediums. And Slurp retains the lead. There goes JB in. He will put on mediums once again. Bama comes in. Banjo, I believe, is going to be the only person on the entire grid to not come in and pit right here.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking for what might have been a guaranteed podium, and now this completely changed everything, even without this odd strategy, but I don't know.
And how about this for JB and Aaron? They're going to restart now 4th and 5th. JB was, I believe, 8th, and I think Aaron was 11th before the pit stop started. So this is a huge break for both of them. And I'm very interested to see how Banjo holds on. As the entire grid pitted, he did not. There's 14 to go. He's on 3-lap old hards.
I think if he can just get away ahead of a second of, if it's not just Slurp and Cole, but farther back, then he might be fine. But if the rest of the field's still in DRS range, he could get swallowed up that first lap around in that straightaway.
Yeah. But even then, I know the grip difference on, like, pitting for hards a few laps later than someone else.
Got a buffer
That doesn't make a
Haas
big difference, but I
behind
think
him.
he does. You're right. That could help for sure. But I think the hard to medium difference is gonna be pretty huge here. So, gonna be interested to see how the restart goes for Banjo and Aaron specifically. Sean back there in 11th is also on hard tires.
He's right where he looks to be every week. He always finds his way into that fringe point spot, and a lot of the season's been on the outside looking in. Other than that 9th place he had at Qatar.
Tough break for guys like Joey, DeMayo, Bama, who were both, and Cheesy as well actually, who were all in position to challenge for a top 5. That job gets a little bit more difficult now with JB and Aaron being inserted in front of them. But now, a potential win, I know it's a long shot, is within reach. Because who knows what's going to happen down in turn 1 on this restart.
Yeah, and I think this is a tough track to pass, really, and to gain a lot of time on, also just because of the only one DRS zone, but this is a chance for DeMayo here. How did...
LRS gets a time penalty under safety car.
I mean, that's like... If we have no more, like, pit stops for him, that's in danger of... What's a disqualification? Is it 25? He'll be fine. Something like that.
Yeah, he has 12 seconds right now. Reminder, JB has 6 seconds of time penalties. Aaron has 3. Cheesy 3. Logan 3. Logan was able to serve a speeding penalty, actually, under that safety car, so good break for him.
Oh, down pit road. Who is that?
McKinnon. So, Skinny, Nick, McKinnon, LRS are all a lap down. McKinnon actually goes on soft tires here.
It's worse for Banjo. That was one of the 2 cars he had a buffer between him and Slurp, and now it's just 1 car between them.
Alright, should be going green with 12 to go here, Potato. What do you expect on this restart?
I think I'm hoping, you know, you're not supposed to be biased as a commentator. I'm hoping Banjo can hold them off, but he's gonna have a lot of issues. You know, look for these guys. I mean, JB obviously is always so loose around this racetrack. They'll have to get around him, and I think watch for DeMayo. He could definitely sneak his way into a podium by the end of this.
Banjo, if he were able to hold on for this, it would be his first win since the Season 2 finale, and it would be only his 2nd career win. Safety car will be coming in this lap. Banjo will lead Slurp, Cole, JB, Aaron, Joey, DeMayo, Bama, Cheesy, Castron, your point scores as we go to green here with 12 laps to go. And I think, watch Slurp here, he's going to have to get around the lap car of Skinny, but I imagine he's going to be pretty aggressive going into turn 1, because if he gets by these 2 guys and Cole doesn't, then he could just pull right away and sail off into the sunset. But here we go. Banjo will lead them away going about 50, and he hits the gas and gets a really good jump over Skinny and Slurp. So Banjo gets a 0.6 of a second jump. Slurp to the outside of Skinny now will take the position away as Joey and Aaron battle for 5th. Aaron did not get going good on those hard tires at all, as now DeMayo goes to his inside. Now Bama looking to do the same. So Banjo holds the lead by half a second. Cole has gotten around Skinny as well. He is now on the back of Slurp as virtual safety car is out.
I believe
and
for
that's Skinny.
Skinny.
That wrecked.
He got loose on his own. Oh!
What happened?
Aaron got hit
Oh.
under, slowing
Oh
down
no,
for the...
Aaron! Looks like he's gonna gain some spots back. He's only gonna get to 10th.
I didn't think
No,
that
he's
was
actually gonna have to
he was just
get that
slowing
back.
down for
Oh,
the
what a
line.
shame.
Yeah, Skinny was obviously ghosted a lap down, and he just spun off the
Oh
rumble strip off
man.
the corner.
Oh, Aaron has no front wing. It's completely gone.
Oh wow.
Man, what a tough break for him.
Well, would the person he hit somebody hit the back of him? I wonder if they got wing damage.
Try to see if I could figure out who it was. Everyone I'm looking at does not have damage.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Tough break for Aaron. We documented he restarted 5th as we're back racing. I believe. Oh, no we're not. I honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, the game still shows it as a...
Oh, Aaron, another,
Well,
and
he
he
pit
speeds
for that
into
damage.
pits as Sean is in, as our LRS and Skinny who are lapped down. Oh, it's a full course safety car. Okay.
Man, we've been getting really light ones today.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, because last week we had a car stopped in the middle of the racetrack, wrecked,
And there was no
beached,
safety car.
and there was nothing.
Banjo almost just hit the back of the safety car. So another full course safety car, and actually this is great for Banjo, I think, because the laps are just going to tick down, and the advantage of those fresh mediums is going to go away. They're not racing laps, but they're still anything helps, I think. And I don't think we're going to go this time either.
The biggest friend to Banjo in this restart's going to be Slurp and Cole battling each other. But we'll see when it happens, but...
Gonna have to wait another lap, but yeah, I agree.
Because, I mean, one side-by-side battle through those first couple of corners can gain you a full second on the ahead of them, just because of how much slower you have to go too wide through there. It really narrows up, and he's just gonna have to bank on that. I think his pace is a bit off the top two, even without the tire, but he's still one of the best out here. So
Aaron's coming back in to serve his speeding penalty. He'll put on another set of mediums here. Oh, another 16 lap on mediums he started the race on. Oh no.
well, he gets 10 seconds off of there, so
Yeah, true. Hopefully he's able to catch back up to the pack by the time we're going green.
well, I think Banjo's hoping that causes it to go another lap.
Yeah. I don't think Banjo would complain if the next 5 laps are under safety
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, if this is real life, which is just as serious, by the way, but if this is real life, Banjo would be, that crew would be saying everything. Oh, there's debris on turn 4. Oh, there's
Yep.
everything everywhere. We gotta keep going. We gotta stay under caution.
And we will not be going this time again.
And I think Aaron saved Banjo another lap there.
So make it 8 to go when we go back green. Banjo put another lap light under his belt, and there goes the other Alpine into the pits. And Aaron's going to come back in again to, I believe, put on the other set of mediums that he just took off.
Did McKinnon just take off the softs he put on at the beginning of the safety car for a new pair of softs?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I guess reload as much as you can.
Nothing to lose, yeah. I mean, McKinnon's a lap down 17th anyway, so... Alright. Well, is Aaron going to be able to get back up there before we go green this time? Survey says... I don't think so. Oh, there we go. Okay, I was wrong. Safety car will come in this lap. Which means we will go green with 8 laps to go. It'll be Banjo, Slurp, Cole, JB, Joey, your top 5. Then DeMeo, Bama, Cheesy, Castro, and Logan in the points. Andrew will hope for another good getaway like he got last time. How well will those hard tires hold on? They come very slowly around the final corner. Banjo still waiting. Now he hits the gas. But did not get that great of a jump. Joey did get a great jump as he and JB are going to battle for 4th. But Slurp is all over Banjo. To the outside he's going to go. For the lead, here comes Slurp in the Ferrari. And by the time they get to turn 1, Slurp is your new leader. JB, I believe, went wide. Joey's up to 4th now as there's a big battle going on for 7th on back. Oh, there's a crash! Castron's around! Castron spins, stays in the race as... Look at Snowy up to 10th place here, battling his teammate Sean. DeMeo move him up to P6 after all that. JB holds on to a top 5 spot. As now Cole looking for 2nd on Banjo. There he goes to the inside, takes it away. So those hard tires not working as well as Banjo wanted. Now Joey is all over him as well.
Cole got loose off that corner though.
Slurp with an 8/10 of a second lead. Cole gonna have to close that up. DRS will be enabled this time as... Oh, JB with a problem. JB in the gravel off the final corner. That's going to lose him multiple positions. As DeMeo, Bama, Cheesy all go by.
Snowy had something happen. He's way behind now.
So move DeMeo up to the top 5. Cautions. Oh, LRS has retired. And that's another safety car. Nick involved as well. And our 3rd safety car in the last 8 laps or so. And now begs the question, do you come in and put on soft tires here?
I mean, it's hard to pass those, so if you're the guy...
I think if you're Banjo, you have to.
I don't know, I mean, it's going to be hard to tell because you won't know because all those people will be behind you, but if you go back there and everybody else doesn't, then there's all that ground you had all race being in the top 3 gone. It's tough to pass here. I mean, it's possible to gain a lot of spots, but I mean, AJ DeMeo's, one of the best in the field, and it took them all race and multiple safety cars to get up into the top 5. We'll see here.
3rd safety car in as many laps as LRS just messaged me and said, horrible lag. So nobody pitting from the top 7 or 8. Okay. JB the first one to pit. He is 8th. Logan, Sean all come in. Snowy stays out. Aaron and again, Cashern pitted as the safety car came out. So this is a good break for him because he spun
Now I
and
think
already
maybe
came in to put on
Banjo
softs.
might have been better to pit there.
Yeah,
at
he
it.
would have only lost 4 spots and gotten a major tire advantage.
But I mean, there's no way to know. You know, it just as much so nobody could have pitted, just as much, you know, whole field could have pitted. It's hard to tell.
I mean, he could still come in on this lap
Yeah.
and put them on. And I think judging by how many people just came in, some people behind him might follow anyway. So I believe we'll only have about 3 laps of racing to the end here. Because it's going to take a little bit for everyone to get caught back up. Third
Well, and how
safety
much-
car, and LRS is the only DNF so far.
If Banjo does end up staying out here, he'll still have help behind him. His teammate, and he's probably going to be defending from DeMeo, might have that more on his hands than his teammate in front of him.
But I mean, I don't know. Those hards are. I know it's under safety car, but those hards are getting old.
Really old tires for sure. But I mean, look, all
other guys
these
have now
cars are
caught back
catching up
up.
now.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think you've kind of made your bed now. If Banjo does pit, he's gonna come out 12th or 13th. See if anybody else decides to come in now. Slurp, does the pit? Nope. Cole does not. Banjo stays, and looks like everyone else would do the same. So, JB will be the one to watch. He does have 6 seconds of time penalties, but he is the first one on softs. Logan behind him also has a 3-second time penalty.
Sean here, I mean, both of those Astons are looking pretty good right now. Snowy's probably going to get swallowed up, of course, but there's only 3 laps left, so those penalties from the cars behind them are going to actually mean pretty big. They're going to mean something, pretty big factor.
Field is now all together again. So we will go green with 4 laps to go. Slurp looking to go back to back.
So,
And if he... Go ahead, sorry.
so DRS might, well, it might not be a thing until coming to 1 to go, would it? Or is it a lap after?
It's a lap after, so it would be with 3 to go.
Okay.
But if Slurp were able to win this race and Cole finishes second, that would give us a tied championship lead as the safety car goes in this lap. So 4 laps to go here in Formula Costco's first ever race at Imola. And we will have a show to the finish here as we go to a restart.
Slurp best fastest lap, by the way. One more note going into this.
So, yep,
at the
Slurp
moment.
would be the championship leader if he is able to win this race. But here we go. Green flag is back out. 4 to go in Imola. Slurp gets a decent jump at Cole, still 2 tenths behind him. Could have a run at him if he has enough of a slipstream here, but Slurp is going to be able to hold the lead into turn 1. Joey getting aggressive to the inside. He looked on his teammate. Oh, the lap car of Skinny is ghosting 3 guys behind him. JB makes up a quick place on Snowy there for 8th. And now all over the back of Cheesy. Remember, JB the one to watch the first one on the soft tires.
Bit of a teammate bump and run for Sean there.
Banjo still holding on to 3rd over Joey and DeMeo. Bama 10th back of DeMeo. As Skinny is still battling with these guys. It's kind of hard to see, but there he is. Right with Joey. Slurp still leading by 2 tenths as Sean gets a time penalty. Cole all over Slurp now. Skinny gets one as well. As JB and Cheesy battle. And there's caution. I believe that was, yep, SP and McKinnon. But all good as we come to 3 laps to go. Slurp and Cole have pulled far away from Banjo, over 8/10. Banjo not able to keep up. DRS now enabled. Cole going to the outside for the lead. Side by side. Who's going to be ahead as they get to turn 1? Looks like Cole will clear him just before they get to the corner. McLaren back up to the lead. And, you know, Slurp thought about the crossover. Joey actually got by Banjo for P3. So no, he could be in position to challenge for the win. Big dive into the corner. He gets in the grass a little bit. McKinney gets a time penalty. But Joey is now there.
Just
DeMeo all over Banjo as well.
Astron is just the only one in any close or good of a position on penalty-wise. He's looking easily to get in 7th right now.
Yeah, I just noticed that. So he could probably steal a 7th place. As Cole stretches out the lead to 0.6 of a second here. Over Slurp. Oh, Joey gets a time penalty. That is huge for his chances at the win.
Well, then this is going to be for the podium here. Probably Banjo and DeMeo.
Yep, that's going to be the case. Cole leads by 8/10, coming to 2 laps to go, but Slurp has about 20% more battery and the DRS. 2 to go at Imola. It's Cole versus Slurp once again. We saw how it ended last week. How will it end today?
Oh my.
Slurp closing to 4/10, 3/10.
Aaron almost just hit the pit wall.
Oh boy. Cheesy, another time penalty. No movement in the top 6. Oh, Slurp in the gravel! Slurp misses the corner and gets in the gravel. That's going to lose some DRS off of Cole, as Casher gets a time penalty as well. Oh my goodness, everyone has a time penalty. But that could have been the race right there. Slurp with a big mistake. Loses him about half a second, and now I'm going to have to use some of that battery that he was hoping to save to try to have any shot at Cole here. He is back in DRS range. 8/10 is the gap.
Or Banjo, I'd let DeMeo pass you right now. Not gonna be enough. He's gonna get detection.
Slurp's
He's gonna be
using all
in
his battery, Cole pushing as well. Slurp's gonna have the DRS here. They're gonna be about equal on battery as we come to the last lap of the race. Slurp with a good sector 3 is gonna close it to under 7/10 of a second. White flag in Imola. Who's gonna win the first ever Formula Costco race around this track? Slurp sets the fastest lap of the race as he closes to 4/10, 3/10, 2/10. Big run. Cole blocks.
Oh.
Slurp in the grass takes the lead away. They're still side by side contact. They're both in the gravel. Still side by side.
Joey's
And Cole
around.
holds him off. How do they keep it on the road? Banjo still not even close to them. Slurp with the bumper to the back of Cole. They're banging off one another. Slurp takes the lead back away, but has damage now. This is not going to be a clean battle for the win. Banjo now back into the picture. He's back up to 3rd. Joey actually fell to 9th. I'm not sure what happened to him.
He wrecked out.
But
Slurp
Slurp
off that corner behind them.
sector and a half to go. Cole and Slurp, the battle has already gotten physical. What does Cole do now with a sector to go? Banjo now just half a second back if these two get physical again. Into the chicane for the last time. Cole closes to the back. Slurp gets loose. Cole's there. Cole with the battery. He's going to push Slurp through. Go to the outside. Just a couple of quarters to go. Cole and Slurp side by side. Who's going to get it done? Slurp sends it in. Cole tries to crossover. They're going to be side by side out of the last corner. Cole hits him. Out of the last corner. It's going to be another win for Slurp. Back to back. Cole crashes at the line. And it's going to lose multiple positions. Cole comes across the line. Where's he going to finish? Cole finishes 5th. Wow.
What in
Slurp
the world
wins
was
and goes
that?
back to back. What just happened off the last corner right there? Oh
Cole
my, oh my.
was slower. Banjo hit his bumper and just it turned him.
Wow. Gigantic championship implications right there.
And we're gonna
DeMeo
have
finished on the podium, by the way.
probably
Oh
a
my
good thing
goodness.
Cole didn't finish on the podium because him and Slurp are probably not the best of friends right now.
I almost want to interview Cole anyway right now.
That was just Wow.
First podium of the season for Banjo. He finishes P2. And DeMeo comes from the back to finish third. What a crazy ending to that race. Oh my goodness.
And
Bama
Bama gets
P4, another
fourth, yeah.
very good run for him. And Cole finishes fifth, as we mentioned. But there you see it. Slurp 26 points, Cole just 10. And Slurp was 7 points back coming into this race. So now Slurp will be your championship leader by a decent margin. Wow. All right. It is now time to talk to the top three. And I think I'm going to invite Cole anyway, just because how could you not after what just happened? Um, so I invited Banjo and I need to my Slurp.
Oh yeah, because we're only gonna get 2 interviews because Banjo, as we'll get.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, but I'm inviting Cole because I want chaos. And I'm gonna let him talk first. So make sure you guys' audio is included. Banjo, I know you're gonna just type in text chat or whatever, but we'll figure it out.
My audio is muted.
Cole, I know you didn't finish on the podium, but we're interviewing you anyway.
I finished second.
Should have,
I,
I think, but
I did.
anyway. All right, Potato. I'll let you interview Cole and DeMeo, and then I'll interview Banjo and Slurp.
So a
Oh,
disappointing
Banjo,
finish.
Banjo just left the party.
because
Oh.
Banjo can't talk, so can't really interview a person that can't talk.
So disappointing finish for Cole here. Do you think all of that in the last lap was just chaos, or is there some people to blame?
Um, I mean, you saw it. I mean, there's not really much I can say. I guess to summarize, Slurp, uh, well, the lap before he drove into the gravel, stayed in the ERS. I didn't really want to push all of my ERS to stay out of it. Got back in it, got to my inside into turn one, just drove everyone off the track. So I got an illegal overtake for that. Had to give the spot back. Because I doubt I was ever gonna get a penalty removed because he would have just argued it. So yeah, I gave the spot back, and then yeah, I made a pretty, I was on his back bumper into the last 2 corners, faked him out, got back to his inside, and then he turns into me like I'm just not there at all. Um, but yeah, whatever. 2 weeks in a row, I just get raced with zero respect, so it's starting to get a little annoying. Last week wasn't that bad, whatever, it's one time thing, but 2 weeks in a row is just insane.
So what do you think happened on that coming off that final corner with Banjo?
He said he was lagging all the whole race. I mean, that's understandable. I mean, I'm gonna finish second anyway, so it's not really, the biggest deal. But yeah, I mean, it was just lag.
Well, so for now, not quite in the podium, but for now, in a podium spot in third, AJ DeMeo. Man, you went from last to third. How do you think you pulled that off?
Uh, I don't really know. I mean, whether I finished third or fourth, regardless, I'd say it's a pretty good bounce back from where I started, considering I wasn't even sure whether I'd be racing or not 3 minutes before the whole thing started. So, I started on a three and did not feel particularly great, although I was able to make up a decent amount of positions. Went up to like 38 downforce when I pit, and the safety cars definitely helped. I probably don't finish any better than like sixth or maybe fifth without the safety cars. Almost had Banjo going into the first turn on the last lap, and then I mean I just kind of ran out of room. And then whatever the hell happened in the final corner. Yeah, so I'm not gonna complain. Very good result considering the circumstances I was in. Um, and I hope I get to keep a podium. But if not, I'm not gonna complain with the fourth either.
So, assuming you can get teammates in more of these races, do you still think Red Bull has just as good of a chance to win this constructors title?
I think we have a good chance. Um, like you said, it's just if if I get teammates every race, I think we have a good chance. It'll be difficult if it's just me showing up, but we'll see what we can do. I think we're pretty close to McLaren. I think it is for first, so we'll see. I guess, like you said, it just kind of depends on whether my teammates decide to show up or not.
All right. Guess that means we're on to the top two. Banjo, I know you're gonna have to tell me what to say or whatever, but first podium of the season for you. Congratulations. Tell me what happened there on the last lap with the contact with Cole and everything else in front of you.
This is so stupid.
He's gonna type it.
Type fast.
You can like
He said,
text me.
listen, he said he was lagging, and he said that I got ghosted after Slurp killed me in the final corner, so he just wasn't gonna lift through a ghosted car. Obviously, I wasn't ghosted, so that's basically what happened. Yeah.
Banjo actually messaged me, so okay, here we go. Um, I was lagging a bit all race, but it got bad at the end. I didn't really know where anyone was. I might have killed DeMeo in turn one last lap, but I don't really know what happened. I definitely absolutely killed Cole via lag off the final corner. He was ghosted, and once I drove into his AI, he just died. And
Basically, and
I'll...
that sums it up.
Yep, okay, well, Gotcha. Well, Banjo, congratulations on your P2. I know it was not how you want to get it, and it was kind of chaotic, but second place is second place. And moving on now to Slurp, our winner. Slurp, you go back to back weeks where there's contact coming to the end. What happened from your point of view on the last lap?
So the last corner definitely was my fault. I turned in too hard. I didn't. That is my fault, but yeah, I didn't mean to turn in that hard. I misjudged it. But going into turn one, I turned as much left as I could. Pretty much all four tires of mine were under the curb, and Cole's lefts were also under the curb. So I don't know how he's blaming me for just driving him straight off the track when he just turns into me. I couldn't turn any more left at all, and then I have to come back on the track at some point, at least a little bit. He didn't give me any room, and our car's just hooked when my right rear went into his left front. And then I guess he was pissed off at that, even though it wasn't really my fault. But and then coming out of the second chicane, he just slams the brakes right in front of me, try to because he had an illegal overtake, but he didn't really just move out of the way. He just on the exit of the corner on the racing line, he just stopped. So and then coming to the final turn, I didn't mean to not give him enough space, but I did. But I just don't really feel bad about it. I'm gonna be honest, and yeah. Other than that, I feel good about the win.
Well, as a result of it all, you now hold a, I believe, um, 15 or 16 point lead.
Huge,
Oh, I didn't finish fifth, but yeah, go on.
huge.
Well, it would
Well,
be
we'll figure it out. Um,
1 point lead
but
for
yeah,
Slurp, right?
either way, you will be the championship leader now as we go into the rest of the second half of the season. So, how are you feeling about that, and how are you feeling about this rivalry with Cole? I mean, which is it's far from the beginning of the rivalry, but how do you think it's going to play out the rest of the season?
Uh, well, I don't mean to make contact with him. Last week was obviously my fault. I just completely misjudged the corner. I felt like shit afterwards. But this week, uh, I, I don't know. It just happens when we're the two front runners 99%, 90% of the time. It's contact is gonna happen. but I don't want contact to happen going forward, but it's kind of inevitable. But I don't know. I hope to see some cleaner racing going forward.
All right, and now that you're leading the championship slurp, how do you feel for next week as we go to Spa?
I feel a lot better. Won't lie. I feel a lot better normally.
All right, well, definitely a controversial ending to tonight's race in Imola. The first Formula Costco race here saw plenty of chaos, and there will be sure to be more of that as we move to the rest of the season. Like I mentioned a minute ago, we go to Spa next week, and Slurp is your new championship leader as he goes back to back and wins the first ever Formula Costco race from Imola. So, Spa up next week. We will see you guys there.